an ex-MEP has called on Boris Johnson's government to do more to show the benefits of Brexit after a recent opinion poll showed Brits support rejoining the Brussels bloc. In a warning to Boris Johnson, 57, his government and Leave voters, ex-Conservative and UKIP MEP David Campbell-Bannerman, 61, said opponents of Brexit will constantly seek to overturn the result of the 2016 referendum. The warning also included Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer, 59, who Mr Campbell-Bannerman fears only has a skin-deep commitment to Brexit and could opt to water down Britain's terms with the bloc in the future. The chairman of the Freedom Association, who represented the East of England in the EU Parliament from 2009 to 2019, first made his thoughts clear on Twitter, where he called on the government and Brexiteers to lay out the benefits of Brexit after Savanta Congress conducted an opinion poll indicating 53% of Brits would vote to rejoin the European Union. When asked by Express.co.uk why Brexiteers had lost their lead in the polls, Mr Campbell-Bannerman said, "We've had the pain, not yet demonstrated the gain." The former chairman of the Bow Group added, "There has been far too little focus on explaining and promoting the benefits of Brexit." But while 12 out of 23 cabinet ministers voted Leave, Mr Campbell-Bannerman was not just directing this at the government. Instead he said, "I think all Brexiteers should be pushing the benefits of Brexit," and insisted we should start campaigning again too. Support for Brexit reached a post-referendum peak earlier this year after the UK rapidly rolled out its coronavirus jabs and the EU threatened to block batches of vaccines bound for the UK. However, particularly after this autumn's supply chain problems, support for exiting the bloc has dipped. Brexit Britain has signed several bespoke free trade agreements, topped the International Monetary Fund's G7 growth table in October, and has seen wages rise. To take further advantage of Brexit, the two-time candidate for UKIP leader suggested the government should cut away at the overregulation imposed on Britain during its 47 years as a member of the Brussels bloc. It could save tens of billions of pounds, he said. However, Mr Campbell-Bannerman appeared concerned the Remainer civil service could stifle the chance Britain has to take on EU laws, which he estimates could total 700,000 pages. Dominic Cummings, 49, was an ardent critic of the so-called blob and was determined to overhaul the system going forward. When asked whether the vote Leave Supremo's departure from number 10 last year reduced the chance of the changes Mr Campbell-Bannerman desires, he said, "There isn't someone there, as far as I am aware, who has quite that resolve to shake up public services." On supply chain problems, Mr Campbell-Bannerman said, "I put this down to biased media who are anti-Brexit and want to dramatize difficulties." But Mr Campbell-Bannerman isn't the only Leave supporter to call on the government to do more to show the benefits of Brexit. Robert Bates, 26, who worked as the head of outreach at the cross-party pressure group Leave Means Leave, told Express.co.uk, the government needs to have the confidence to paint a strategic picture of what Britain can achieve outside the EU. He added, this includes creating a high-growth economy through regulatory reform, moving away from the European model of high taxation, speeding up our return to the east of Suez, and most pressingly it needs to show people it has actually taken back control of our borders. Mr. Bates, who went on to work for Nigel Farage's Brexit party when the party romped to victory in the 2019 EU elections, also claimed a pressure group is also needed to force Boris Johnson's government to fix issues surrounding Northern Ireland, fishing and human rights legislation. He said, a pressure group is urgently needed, not just to highlight the Brexit wins that we continue to see, but to put pressure on the government to actually finish the job. However, Mr. Bates was far from convinced the opinion poll cited by Mr. Campbell Bannerman accurately reflects the mood of the British people. He explained, the recent poll might get certain corners of FBP Twitter excited, but in reality the country gave its verdict in the polling booth 4 times in the last 5 years. Each time the answer was very clear, and I'm surprised that some people still need to hear this. Despite concern from Brexit-backing campaigners, number 10 remains confident it has shown the UK has taken advantage of being outside the Brussels bloc. A government spokesman said, we've already made good progress on maximising the benefits of Brexit, including by establishing a points-based immigration system, negotiating free trade deals with countries around the world, and establishing free ports to drive growth across the UK. We can now design our rules and regulations in a way which suits our interest, and will go further and faster to create a competitive, regulatory environment which supports innovation and boosts inward investment.